With the introduction of PBR Materials in 3D Coat, you have a number of new preview options available to you, and that's what we're going to explore in this video. The PBR Materials Palette now replaces what was formerly named the Materials Palette. In the previous Materials Palette, you had the ability to assign individual image maps to all three channels of your material and project that onto your model. The PBR Textures just takes it a major step forward in that regard. The first thing you'll notice is some new material preview objects, as well as some quick access buttons to different subfolders in your palette. Now, regarding these quick access buttons, I should mention something up front that's pretty important. If you have a small number of subfolders in any given palette, this is a nice touch. But if you should happen to have a large number of subfolders, then that can be somewhat problematic because, as you can see here, I have a rather extensive list of brush sets. So this can get cluttered very quickly. Same thing with stencils. And if you go to the sculpt room, in the models palette, you may elect to store project folders or subfolders that contain your models or different stages of your model during your workflow, and you can see this gets cluttered as well. So in order to remedy this particular issue, what you can do is go to the Edit menu under Preferences. At the very top, under the General tab, you can click Show Folders as Buttons. With that unchecked, let's hit OK, and now it's gone. So how do we access our different folders then? You go to the upper right-hand corner, and under Folder, now you see all the different options we had previously. So instead of them being quick access buttons, we just access them through this drop list here. Same thing with stencils and whatnot. Okay. Go to the sculpt room, same thing. We can see all our subfolders here. Let's go back to Paint and PBR Materials, and you can toggle the different sizes of your thumbnails. And if you get something like this, you can always just make a slight adjustment to your panel and it will refresh. So let's go to normal, large, and huge. As a side note in this video, I want to mention that Andrew recently stated he plans to soon add flat image thumbnails to this palette, so that you have that option instead of always using a shader ball, because if I had a decal, a logo, or something like that I wanted to use as a material and store here, it's a little bit wonky trying to use a material ball like this. So it's better utilized using a flat thumbnail. So expect to see that here shortly. Right? So yeah, if we hover over any one of these preview objects, we'll see a larger thumbnail. But if we click on any one of these, then we can see a preview on the object itself in the viewport. Whenever you move your cursor over this preview window, 3D Coat will disable that preview and allow you to proceed to work in this area. So what I'm going to do is add a new blank layer and just start painting. Now I could use the Fill tool here and just simply click on that object and it fills it. Okay. Now the reason why you're seeing orange around the edges like that is because in the Tool Options panel we have color tolerance turned on. So what I'm going to do is undo a few times. And now with color tolerance turned off, I can go ahead and just click on these objects here. It's going to apply it just to that specific object. Okay, so we want to stay focused on the intent of this video, and that is to preview, but I just wanted to show that you can work through this preview window if you need. So let's click right there. And Once more, if I want to select that, I can. Let's go ahead and bring up our material editor here. I'm going to right click over that thumbnail and choose PBR Material Editor. Now, not all of your materials are going to look this way. Some of them may be very simple, and it looks rather intimidating to a new user, but it can be as simple as you need it or as complex and extensive as you need it. The difference now is that you have more options at your disposal. Getting back to our preview options now, if I were to hide this viewport preview window, in the upper right hand corner of the PBR Material Editor, you'll see a mid-sized preview like this. If you click this little cube icon again, you'll get a larger thumbnail. Click it once more and it's going to hide it for you. Okay, so once more, if you enable this preview window, it's going to hide that. If you hide this, it's going to reveal that. So, yeah, let me go ahead and enable this. Click cancel. And with that, we will conclude this video covering the new preview options available for PBR Materials in 3D Coat. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.